Bonjour. My name is Denise Willerton and I am Chez Creations. I want to welcome you here to my Facebook Live, and hopefully I'm going to get it right this time. You know what? I need to silence my phone. I've got my camera going. I've got my notifications off. I want to welcome you here at 3 o'clock. So I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. We're going to be featuring a, what is it called? Twisted gatefold. And there are several people out there that have been doing this. And I just thought I wanted to jump in too because it's so much fun. And I know a lot of my girls who purchase design paper, we don't always use it. We hoard it. It's beautiful. We don't want to use it up. So we hang on to it. But you know what? We're not doing that anymore. We are not going to do that anymore. So without any further ado, why don't we just get going on this Facebook Live featuring the Twisted Gatefold card. But before we start, I just want to say welcome, and I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you're strong and you're not too anxious with what is going on in the world here right now with this COVID-19. I know that in scripture, the Lord does tell us not to worry and not to be anxious, and something that I had quoted to my girls last year when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I had said to them something that just was so pressed upon me, was the Lord saying, do not be afraid or terrified because of them. And so I asked my girls to take them out of the equation and just to replace them with whatever it was that they were feeling anxious about. So I said, so for me, when I read that, I want to say, do not be afraid or terrified because of breast cancer, Denise. For the Lord your God will go before you, and he will protect you, and he will never leave you, and he will never forsake you. So, hi, Darlene, welcome here. So I want to leave you with that thought here today, with in regards to that Bible verse. Do not be afraid or terrified because of COVID-19. For the Lord your God will go before you, and he will never leave you or forsake you. So I hope you find encouragement in that today. So stand strong, be safe, be smart out there. But know again that you are not alone, for the Lord your God will go before you, and he does go before you. So I just want to leave you with that, and I hope that encourages your heart. I know it encourages my heart as I have moments of feeling a little bit anxious. So without any further ado, let's get on to our card. So what we are working on today is what is called, hi Darlene, what is called, and I know Darlene, you've made this already, so sorry, this is going to be big repetition for you. It is called a twisted gatefold. Now, there are several out there. When I saw this, and it was Rachel Tessman that did it, she's absolutely fabulous. So I really wanted to showcase this for my girls. So twisted gatefold. And as I had said earlier, what a great way to use up our design paper, because we hoard it. It's beautiful. We don't want to use it, but you know what? Let's use it. Let's play with it. So let me turn the camera down and let's get going. So here's my host code if you would like to place an order. And I will be placing an order on March 29th, kind of your last chance for celebration if you know what that's all about. For every 60 that you spend, you get some freebies. And don't hesitate to leave questions down below. I will read everything after I'm done here. And if I need to reply to anything, I will. So here is one of the twisted gatefolds that I did. And this is using what is it here? This is using Peaceful Poppies design paper, and I stamped the inside. This guy here is just holding everything down for me. Here is another one that I have done, and this is using Perennial Essence design paper. I think I'm going to be using up some design paper now, which is great because I'm hoarding too much of it. And this is Parisian, did it have Parisian Blossom specialty. Look at the shimmer on this. It's just fantastic. Now, I didn't do anything on the inside yet because I just wanted to show you that you can leave it like this. You can actually, if you want, you could put design paper in here. You want to make sure that it is fairly light so that you can write your message on top of that. Or you can just use the same color, which is Petal Pink. And yeah, so I left this one unfinished on purpose just because I wanted to show you that there's different ways that you can design the inside of this card. Okay, so the YouTube that I followed, again, Rachel Tessman, she's amazing. What she had suggested, because we're going to take our standard design paper, which is 8.5 by 11, and this is Petal Pink, and we're going to take that and we're going to cut that at 4.5 with this edge at the top. This way we have a great big piece left for another card. So before I cut this, I want to make sure that I am at the right place. 4.25. So 4.25. I was at 4.5. I'm glad I hesitated. Give that a cut. And we want 4.25 by 7.5. So I'm going to go to the half mark here and give that a nice little cut. Okay, there's my scrap. I'm going to close my arm. And now we are going to score this baby. Put your cut blade to the top. You don't want to accidentally cut. Ask me why I would say that. Because I've done it. 2.5 is our first score. Whoops. 2.5. And our second score is at 5, which then gives us, on this end, 2.5. So 2.5, 5, and we are done with our scoring. Let's just set that aside. Grab your bone folder. Give that a good little burnish. Darlene, you must be so bored watching this again and again. And you know what? I forgot to do my other scores. So what I want to do here is I want to go from this corner to the corner of where I just scored. So we want to make sure that we are lined up. Whoops. I'm just going to peek through my track here. Make sure that I'm lined up. Score. Now this score on this side is going to be parallel. So if I'm going this way, I'm going to go that way. Find my score from my fold in the track and this point. Okay, there we go. Now we're done with our scoring. We're going to fold this one this way and this one that way. Do you see that? It's coming together already. It's coming together. Okay, so there's the beginning of our twisted gatefold card. Now we're going to take our design paper and we're going to use the Parisian for this one as well. You want to decide which design paper you want in which panel. And you know what I had done? Because some of us are real visual learners, I cut myself a few templates just so that you can really see what you're doing. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I am not sick. So I marked this template 1, template 2, template 3. So this is my, I'm going to go this way. This is my right front. So as you can see, this template, right? So that is my right front. This is my left front. Okay? Then this is what I called my backside left, which is here, and my backside right. Yeah, Darlene, there's always a great excuse for not vacuuming, right? I don't even know what a vacuum is anymore. If I open this up, I've got my template 3, which is my inside left, and I did it wrong. There's my inside left and my inside right. So I've marked that incorrectly. So let's just put that there. This is going to help me, hopefully, not to get overly confused. Okay, so template right front. I want this on my front. I know already that I want that on my front. So I can see from the template that I need to cut from this corner to this corner. This is what I want. Okay? So from this corner to this corner. And you know what? These little panels are 4 by 2 1/4. And I don't want my score blade. I want my cut blade. So I'm lined up nicely, and then I'm just going to give that a cut. So there is my right front. Now I'm going to move to my back side, which is under here, my left and my front. And I think I want, let's see, what do I want? Let's take a look. Do I want this under here or that? And you know what? I think I'm liking that. Just because I already have flowers going on here. So for my preference, no right or wrong though. So template 2 shows me that I am starting up at this corner, going down to this corner. I should have created this template earlier because I cut so many pieces and I was like, oh, I'm still going the wrong way. What is the matter with me? So here is my back side. And now I want my inside. So I'm going here now with this. And let's just move that properly so I can see from here I want this corner to that corner. Okay, so that's what I'm working on. So this corner to that corner. This card is actually super simple. There we go. So my little elements are cut. They are done. I'm going to pull out my silicone sheet. Yeah, thanks, Darlene. And the only reason why I did those templates is, well, you know me well enough. I cut so many times and I'm like, I'm still doing this wrong. So I'm just going to hang on to these. I'm just going to put them away in a file. So here we go. This was my right front and my left front. I'm going to give that. You can also use your tape if you like your tape. A little trick that Rachel did was if you're using your tape, put these together and just run it straight across and then down the middle. But I like my Tombow. I just, for me, I need that wiggle room because I just have a really hard time putting things down nice and straight. And I've got a little bit too much glue on there. Let's see if I can just kind of guide that around on my paper. Here we go. when I'm done this, I am going for a walk. It is beautiful out. We are going to, and you know what? I found that I like to open it. So I'm just following my lines. Put that down. And then go to the other side. So this is my left front and right front. That's complete. Now we're going to move, so this is done. Now we're going to move to template 2, which is the back side, right? So this is the front side. For me, that's the back side. And we said we wanted this, right? There's our back side. So we know that this is going to go here and this one is going to go here. So set that aside, flip those over. This is also a fabulous pattern on that side. Just so subtle. So subtle. Darlene, how many of these did you make? Because I know you went on a roll here. You actually posted some of them on my Facebook page. Something else to keep in mind too when you are cutting these, if there is a pattern, you want to make sure that you're actually cutting the right way and not cutting the way I just did. Mind you, you know what? Because this is upside down, but if I flip my card this way, haha, it's not upside down. Yeah, Darlene, your 5 that you created are beautiful. Now, my cousin Sharon from Edmonton said that she wanted to come on too, but I don't see her. I bet you it's a beautiful day in Edmonton, so she decided to go out. Okay, so I've done that. Now we're going to move to this one, which is template number 3, which I need to mark again, right? So here we've got our front, we've got our back side. Let's open it up, and this is where we're at. We are going here with that one and here with that one. Then I'm left with the center, and I can do whatever I want. Like I had said earlier, I can put a piece of Whisper White in there, such as this, and then I can stamp it like I did with some of my samples. I had stamped it, right? So you could make that into whatever you would want. Or if you took a piece of design paper that is really subtle, like the one that I just put down, that would not be subtle enough. But you want to be able to write in here, or if you wanted to just put another piece of design paper here, not cut, this is already decorated. Let's pretend that's done. If you flip it over, you could always do your sentiment right on the back here. But for me, I like to put the sentiment here. So let's get these down. Ladies, we are just about done. And I'm trying to read. Oh, Darlene, that is so nice that you're doing that. What a beautiful gesture. I had posted on my Facebook page a few days ago to get some love in the mail. You know, what are we doing to encourage people during this difficult time? I know I'm phoning my mother every day, which I normally don't do. But I am phoning her every day just to say, hey Mom, how are you? I'm thinking about you. Do you need anything? Although I am self-isolating, not because I'm sick, just with my cancer, what am I trying to say here, diagnosis last year. I am apparently one of those vulnerable people. So there we go. The twisted gatefold card. And that's it. Okay, so now that we've got all of our design paper panels on our card, let's just take that away. And the inside is done like you would want. For this particular one, I stamped the flower. No, that was not it. I stamped the flower from Forever Blossoms, and I grabbed this little bud and that leaf, and then I used my sponge daubers, and I just quickly painted those. You can add shimmer mist if you want, just to make it look sparkly, or your wink of Stella. But now what we want to do is on the face of our card, we want to put one more element. So what I'm going to do with that is I am going to take my layering circle dies, and I used this die and this die, and I created this. So let's get that together. A little bit of glue. Put that down. And now what I want to do, and actually I would have rather done it before I placed it on the scallop, but you know what, it'll be fine. I'm going to take some scrap paper, and we're going to just give this a little bit of color. So the colors I have are Pear Pizzazz, Flirty Flamingo, and Petal Pink. And I think what I want to do is I want to stay fairly soft. So let's grab our Petal Pink, and we're going to ink up the splotch. Is that what it's called? Is it called a splotch? And that is from the stamp set. Where did I put that? Whoops. Painted Poppies. So that's that big guy from Painted Poppies. I just want to see how dark I am. Yeah, and it's too dark, so I'm glad I stamped it off. And I'm just not going to press too dark. That's exactly what I want. It's exactly what I want. Okay, and so now this little guy from Painted Poppies, I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo, which is a tiny bit darker. And I think I'm going to stamp that off too. And I'm just going to randomly, can hardly see it. And you know what? That's all I want. Just want it to kind of get a little bit of texture back there. Okay, so now this I had previously stamped from the Forever Blossom. No, it's not the Forever Blossom. Seriously, Denise, are you together or what? Botanical Prints, there it is right there. So I stamped that using Memento, and I colored it using my Stampin' Blends, Old Olive and Petal Pink, and then I put some Wink of Stella all over it. I want to put that on here, and I'm going to use dimensionals on that, on the back of that, keeping in mind that this is not going to be on the whole thing. So I want another, I'm just going to put a mini up here. Okay, so now we've got that done. Here's the point, and here's kind of the flat side. If I place that on this side, I don't know if you can see that, it would be leaning and you wouldn't see it. We want it on the same side that the point is. Keeping in mind, we're going to have it hanging over on the edge, so we're only going to be putting adhesive on one part of it, okay? So let's see if we can do this without getting adhesive all over the table. And there we go. So there is the front element on the card. And I will take a picture of it so you can see what it looks like. Closed and open. So there we go. We are done. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy creating the twisted gatefold card. And you know another beautiful thing about this? It fits in our A2 envelope. If we just slip this in, give it a little bit of a twist, close it, you are good to go, ready to send some love in the mail. So let me encourage you to do that. Send some love in the mail. There are lots of people needing encouragement right now. What a beautiful way to encourage someone. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a blessed day,